as someone who is about to, I think you're about to make the thing that's going to change the world in the most dramatic way, maybe in the history of humanity, and I'm not being dramatic.
I hope so.
Like, let some of us it. Like, have a girl, get a girl to kind of like be like, well, what about this thing? And you'll go, oh my. And I think that, you know.
Yeah,
that'll help.
One of the things about,
especially if it's emotional. Everything's driven, it's emotional.
Well, you know.
And that's where we shine.
Generalizations, because
totally. I am so sexist on this podcast.
This is great.
This is the most sexist podcast I've ever done.
Well, say, you know, I'm into emotions as well, you know. And I worry about like just being out of touch on this dimension and many other dimensions, like with money, with power, just not having a good sense of like design, not having a good sense of like what the experience that most people have, and getting a true diversity, like real diversity of backgrounds, of worldviews, all that kind of stuff into the design process is definitely essential. I just think that whatever you're saying about the key fob thing is like ridiculous. But we also need the crazy, ridiculous demographic.
But you also need to go on a date with a girl and see her fumbling with her purse. You don't believe me?
Yeah.
You're not dating is holding you back. That's why you think it's ridiculous.
I could also just buy a purse myself.
I'm going to show you my purse after this, and then you're going to...
Fanny pack.
It's ridiculous.
It's kind of like a purse.
That's my brand, ridiculous. Rogan makes the best fanny packs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He sells them now.
Oh, they're the best. They are. At first, I was like, how much better can it? It's a fanny pack, and you put it on, and it just like hugs your body.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's kind of like a purse, but he probably just has like one knife in there.
It's just one elk eyeball, just like some loins.
No
like, ugh.
He's big on Tussa. He gets.
So I don't think I'm allowed to talk about this, but so we're working on merch that's like a face oil. Like I lube my face up constantly with oil, which is why I'm so shiny all the time. And it's my thing. I love it. And Benton has convinced me to make an oil of all the oils that I use, because I use like 6 different oils, and we're going to put it into one oil, right?
That's awesome.
And we're going to, because everyone always asks me what I put on my face and blah, blah, blah. And I'm always so insecure about my skin my whole life, which is why I've developed this regimen. Hold on, my dog's eating a toy and it's gonna be distracting. So I finally surrendered, and we're gonna release the formula that I use. And I love really clean packaging. Like I just like clean.
Like minimalist, you mean?
Minimalist, so minimalist. Like there's this brand called Le Labo that does these candles, and it almost just looks like the tester. It's like printed out like typewriter, and it's just black and white and clear, almost like a 1800s apothecary type. Like that's what I like. I want very simple and minimalist, because I'm already embarrassed to be doing merch, because who do I think I am? And the imposter syndrome has set in.
That said, your merch doesn't, it's almost like a clothing line, because it doesn't have like your face, or it doesn't have any Whitney. It's very, it's, you know, yeah, it's, I mean, Whitney is not in it. It's cool. It's like a clothing line.
Benton does all. I have too much shame to do any of it. Yeah. Like who do I think I am? What am I, a merch lord now? What am I into fashion? Like there's some comedian, like how dare you? Like I have so much of that shit come up. But then yes, Benton, I was like, well, why can't we just send the bottle? He's like, no, it has to be presented. So it's going to be in a box that has a little magnetic flap, and then you open it, and he's like, you have to give people that moment. Yeah. It has to be Christmas morning.
Oh, the guy's smart.
He talks all about the emotional impact of something. It's all emotional.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's beautiful. And then you have to decide, and then because I have to. I've been doing a bunch of design and the engineering side. It's been tricky, because I'm trying to find the right people to brainstorm with. Because I don't.
Benton.
No, well.
You can have Benton. For like an hour.
Disagree.
I'll if I'm without him, I'll starve to death. You can't have him for too long.
Benton?
Yeah, you can't have for too long.
I don't think I can handle Benton.
Yeah, no, you can. I think you can.
I think he's
Benton.
Very intense.
If you have to just be ready for the truth with Benton. Like he's just, it's how I feel about Benton is directly correlated to how I feel about myself in any given, because he's just a mirror.
Yeah.
He will just say the truth, and sometimes I'm not prepared for it.
No, I feel like I could. You're like, you're the Daenerys with the dragons, and Benton is the dragon. I'm okay without the, I'm good with the.
It's good. The key to you, I think, in your ascent is like surrounding yourself with people that don't just agree with you.
Oh, 100%.
I think that's the death of all great artists, inventors. I've seen so many people's demise because they cut out the people that stood up to them.
Yeah, like I said, like relationship-wise, when friends, I always look, especially now, like MIT, people start saying, "Oh, that guy's smart" or whatever. Or now with a little bit of celebrity, people are like, they start to idolize you a little bit. Mm-hmm. So my big test is like, if you message me, it's like, how good is the person at making fun of me, essentially, or like not taking me seriously. Like I want people not to take me seriously or be able to bring me down a notch. Because I have a giant ego.
Which is, I think, why you like comedians so much. Because I was thinking about how much you love comedians, and I think it's because comedians, I'm sure non-comedians can do this, but why would you have access to them, you know? It's like we have the ability to rib each other without disrespecting each other. Like it's actually coming from a place of respect. That's why I miss the roast so much, even though I'm sure they're canceled forever because they were just so sexist and racist. Like it's crazy the shit we used to say on those. But it started in the Friars Club as a form of celebrating each other, a form of, you know, it came from love, you know. Now ribbing each other is like abuse now or something. It's
yeah, to be fair, those roasts, you guys go deep. I those are hard to watch sometimes. Mm-hmm. Like
but that's the idea. It's kind of performance art. It's supposed to be like it's like watching a MMA fighters. It's supposed to make you recoil and wince and show you where your line is and show you.
I mean that's with Michael Malice. That's where I have a bit of a disagreement where. You can also cross the line, right? With like trolling, that's their idea. Is like the beautiful version of trolling is where you make fun of each other or make fun of the powerful, ultimately with a kind of respect or at least a human, like acknowledging the common humanity and just having love underneath it. But it's too easy for that to become a drug to where you just enjoy taking people down.
If you're sadistic. It depends on the motives. If I'm like, I can make fun of you and make you laugh and it's endearing and I'm just trying to connect with you and make you like me, it's like tickling someone, you know what I mean? It's like the emotional version or the non-physical version of that. But if you're doing it to try to hurt the person and you're driving pleasure, that's sadistic. That's different. And it also has to be a fair fight. That's the key to the roast always. The roast was always like, we're going to rib each other, but the person we're making fun of is going to go up and destroy everyone. So Joan Rivers, like the first one I ever did, I knew I could go hard with her because I knew she was going to fucking kill me at the end because it was a fair fight. Like I literally said, my first joke about Joan was, Joan, I loved you in The Wrestler. It's a rough joke. It's like, I don't think there's a rougher thing you can say to another human being. And then she just came up and I felt no guilt. Yeah. It didn't feel bad. No one was mad. No one was like, ooh, because they knew she was going to destroy me. Yeah. So you have to pick on someone your own size. And I think Michael Malice, I don't know him that well. I did just get his book after listening to your podcast. Like, I'm not sure he's always picking on someone his own size.
Right. Yeah. He can take it too far, but that's the criticism. But he's also in the political space where the people are getting way too powerful, so it's almost like you want to be a little bit rough to take people down. So there's an argument to be made there, but that's a different. Yeah, we're talking for personal relationships. You want to be a little bit on the nice.
You want someone that's gonna make fun of you a little bit.
Yeah, and in business too. Like
it's hard though because it's very hard to. You're not take you seriously. You're a very impressive person.
It's not just the impressive. See, you don't know the full. Like I'm different. A lot of people are intimidated, borderline scared of me.
Yeah, I believe that. You also walk like a panther.
Like elegant and sexy. Like
yes, you also move in a way that's you move like a ninja, walking on a ceiling. Like Spider-Man, you move like like you're very.
Don't go to Spider-Man with a tight costume.
I don't know. Okay, sorry. Okay, I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to like you move in a very predatory, quiet way, and you don't emanate a lot of insecurities. Whether that's you just.
Well, that's part of the reason I tried to say I'm scared and nervous. I tried to soften myself. I've noticed.
So you're not none of those things.
I'm not. It's all an act.
Fuck, I fell for it too. I totally fell for it.
But I've noticed, especially in my private life, I don't get angry, but in business, I do get angry. And I notice people get very, which is good. They should be scared at times. But I also need, like most people should be scared. But I need to have a circle of people who are close to me that like put me in check.
There's also that's really healthy and smart. There's also you make me realize how terrifying silence is. Like you use silence to your advantage, whether it's intentional or not. I'm just saying, do you see how anxious I get? Like if someone's just being silent, it's such a power move. Like I just think this is an important tool that people can use in any of their relationships. Like not engaging, not responding, not emailing back is sometimes the most effective way to communicate. And just let them whip themselves into a frenzy with projecting onto that silence and filling in the blanks with their insecurities. And as one lady once yelled at me at the Comedy Store at 2 a.m. when I was on stage in a relationship with someone that, like a guy that had like, it wasn't going well and I didn't know if I should text him back. And I was literally asking the crowd for advice at 2 a.m. It was like just the crazy days of the Comedy Store. And I was like, you guys, should I text this? I just texted him and he didn't. And this woman just yelled, silence is the only language men understand.
Wow, it's deep.
Very.
I am a little bit tempted to just be quiet and see what you do.
Don't, because I do have to pee. So what I would do is I'd probably just get up and pee.
You want to?
But I feel like I have to let you get back to like running the world at some point. So this is packaging that I would never do myself. This is for something called eyeliner. Mm-hmm. This is packaging that I love. Very simple, very clean.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know.
What will you pick?
I pick that one.
The simple, clean one.
Font, yeah. But, I don't know. I don't know with oils and makeup and that kind of stuff. I don't know what it's a different discussion. That's why I didn't want to, it's a different discussion of technology versus makeup.
Sorry, I now have my eye makeup that is blue is running and I look like I have 2 black eyes. It looks like you hit me after I challenged you. Because I was crying. You made me cry about my dad.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
How did this go?
This is fun.
Did you have a good time?
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
I did. I totally did.
I don't believe you.
This is so easy. I mean, yeah, this is easy. It's been a rough few weeks. So
why?
Just
you haven't been sleeping.
Yeah, it's just crazy amounts of work. So this was this was fun.
What do you mean? You're fast. This is I think this went great. Am I wrong?
Think it went great. I think it's going great.
I could talk to you all day.
Yeah.
But you don't have time for that.
Nope. I really love I love the wood.
You can have this table. We're switching it out.
Can I? Okay.
I'm not even kidding. We're switching it out because I don't like how cumbersome. It's just too big.
You know what I find appealing about this table?
What?
Is having it is I get to move it. One of my favorite things is to move heavy objects. I don't know why. I enjoy it.
I have some work for you. Can you carry me to the bed to take a nap?
Yeah. Yeah, Benton said you're a nap person.
Oh, love it.
Me too.
I have to, that's interesting. Well, for me, it's about my schedule and working at night. What I realized is doing stand-up at night, the best thing I can do is break my days into 2 days because I can't wake up at 8 a.m. and then leave the house at 8 p.m. to go do stand-up. So I'll break my day into 2 days and I'll take a nap at 4:35 and then wake up at 7 and I'm ready to go to work and then I'll go do stand-up.
So it's kind of a little bit scheduled.
It's a little bit scheduled and I've tried to just keep doing it so that I stay in whatever my circadian rhythm is so that when I go back on the road, which I just did, I wasn't completely out of whack.
Yeah. By the way, I got an email saying that your tickets to go see Whitney Cummings from, May 2020, whatever, got rescheduled to, I thought they would cancel it or something.
For what city?
Boston.
I'm going to Cape Cod on Thursday.
Nobody said it got rescheduled to 2020.
The Wilbur, yeah, all of the big, the whole tour got pushed to fall 2021.
Yeah, so I went, of course.
Were you going to come?
Yeah.
Really?
I've never seen you do comedy, actually. I mean, live.
Huh.
I was going to do that at the Comedy Store, but I made up some sort of excuse.
Yeah, weren't you going to come and you didn't come?
I came and saw Rogue. I saw everybody, all the greats of comedy except Whitney Cummings.
What, was I not there? Or you just left when you heard
No,
me?
you said no. You actually you weren't there, and
I feel like I remember this.
you texted me like I was. What did I say? I was trying to like trick you into like helping me get into the Comedy Store, I think. But then Rogan said, "I'll just let you in."
What do you mean you were trying to trick me?
I don't remember why I was texting you. Even no, I thought like, "Are you gonna be the?" Because it was it was a bunch of surprise guests, so it didn't say like who.
You wanted to know who?
I wanted to see if you're one of them, and then you said no, but something.
Because was it after I did your podcast?
Yeah, no.
I was very
No,
intimidated to do your podcast.
That was awesome.
I got really scared. I remember there was like one moment where I got like really, really jumbled and turned around and I blacked out. And I remember going, ugh.
And then you woke
You
up.
asked me about like animals or something and I like really panicked. Because I was like, don't be too because it was such an emotional answer. And I was like, you're talking to a quote unquote scientist. Don't be emotional. He's not going to respect you. And I got really in my head.
No, I respect emotion. In fact, I respect emotion.
That's your dating app bio.
I respect emotion.
That'll pull a lot of ladies. I hear you. I understand you. I respect your emotions.
Yeah.
Swipe right.
Yeah, no, it'd be a long time if I go with the dating app. I don't know. I don't know about this world, but I do.
You'll say very wistful things just really casually under your breath. You're like, anyway, so I love life. You'll say really profound things really casually.
Yeah, it's a good reminder.
Yeah, you should do merch. I love life. Life is great.
Now, like one worry I have is when I talk about like love a lot. Mm-hmm. I worry that I don't want it to be like a brand or something. You know, like it's basically me being high from pulling all nighters, and just you know.
It's amazing to me that someone is such a high performance, like fasting and chicken and ground beef and what are they called? Fucking athletic greens and you don't sleep.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get into it.
Okay.
I'm not. So I listen to my body
Good
first.
boundary.
No, I'm not gonna get into the. It's so popular now to emphasize sleep. Mm-hmm. The science on sleep in the book that David
Hot take.
is.
You
not
don't
as
need
great
8
as-
hours.
Well, that, by the way, is not the book that people talk about with sleep, with Rogan, those conversations. That book has a lot of questionable science in it. I'm blanking on the guy's name now.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
But so there's actually people should check out. You'll probably whoever is listening to this, if we're still even recording.
We are recording, right? Did we record any of that? Did we just go on a date?
Yeah, this is.
If it's not being recorded, we're on a date.
I keep forgetting there's cameras once again. Yeah, the people should check out the blogs written about it that show that much of the evidence in that book is on very shady ground. That said, I think it's not controversial to say that sleep is probably important, but it's not.
It's the kind of sleep you're getting, right?
Yeah, the kind of sleep, and also like really important. The same thing with diet and sleep is like understand yourself.
Yeah.
Like,
What do you need?
What do you need? And also like how it fits. I'm a huge believer that like it's not about the sleep. It's about like reducing the stress in your life. Mm-hmm. So whatever the hell, like the reason I don't sleep isn't because like I'm on like a drug binge or like some crazy stuff. It's because I do what I love, you know.
You don't want to go to sleep.
Yeah, I don't want to go to sleep, and so, you know, yeah, and then people that criticize me like, Lex, you look tired. You should get more sleep, and they're like, they go into
Whoever
this.
says that, block them. That's not.
No, they
I
care.
hate that shit.
But it's like a motherly thing too. Like people want, you know, I'm worried about you, Lex. Like there's a lot of people like worried about me. I get it. I understand that instinct, but like I'm doing what I love. Don't you know? It's if you don't get enough sleep, it is what it is. Like
I could not be less worried about you.
Really interesting. Well,
I think you're one of the smartest people alive. I think whatever decisions
figure it out.
Yeah, I think I'm not going to give you notes on how to live.
Well, so sometimes people are intelligent in weird ways, but I definitely
Also, stop slowing down the tech progress. Telling you to sleep means we're going to get robots later.
Okay, if I were to actually, the thing I love hearing is like go harder. Mm-hmm. It's like,
Thing. You sleep way too much as far as I'm concerned.
no, for real though. I mean, I don't know. Everyone is different. I'm more of the David Goggins variety. Like, I love hearing like, stop being a little weak bitch and work harder. Like, I love that. You know, that means they really care about people understand that I'm doing.
I think your dad did a great job.
Messing me up and whatever.
I think your dad nailed it.
Yeah.
All right. So the Lex, you've changed the name of your podcast to
Lex
just your
Fridman,
name.
Yeah. It gives me the freedom to, like, it started with you, basically. I mean, I don't have to talk to people that are exclusively AI people.
No.
That's what I kind of realized.
No.
And then after you were the gateway drug to, like, to talk
people that knew nothing about AI and just pretended they did.
Like the Stephen Kodkin talk about Stalin and Hitler and all these conversations, just like go deep on stuff that only tangentially relates to AI.
Well, I just think it's important because like the people that are making the robots are going to be a reflection of the people that make them.
Yeah.
And I hope that people like you are exposing themselves to more things than just AI, so that the AI isn't just, the robots aren't robotic, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. So that eventually, if we think big enough, we'll fix the Tesla key fob.
That's going to get me in so much trouble. Is this going to get me in trouble for saying that?
I don't know.
Do we need to cut it out?
No, it's not going to get you in trouble. It's a totally interesting criticism. I think you're spot on. And
it's amusing. It's not a criticism.
No.
It's musing.
It's musing. It's an amusing musing.
I'm known for my hot takes.
It's not even that hot. It's like a warm take. It's a lukewarm take. Like,
well, as you said, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like it's difficult to find the key fob in the purse, and therefore we need more.
By the way, it's not just the Tesla that does that. Lots of cars have that key fob that's just supposed to float around. I'm supposed to hold it wherever I go.
There's like thousands of people that will write to me that Whitney was spot on with this. So that's awesome. And then maybe we'll get grind.
They'll be like, they're stalking me. I'm gonna be like, no, they're just giving you feedback.
No.
The girl DMing you that you don't want to fuck isn't a stalker. It's just a person DMing you.
They're awfully aggressive for not being a stalker.
Yes, women are aggressive now.
No, they're actually, okay, it's so funny to watch women that, I mean, especially attractive women that clearly they're not very good at asking people out, which is hilarious.
Well, you're also a weirdo.
Yeah, well,
It's impossible. You guys, all you high performing scientists and robot people. It's like you're so literal. So women can't be figurative with you. We have to be literal, and then we're too aggressive. But if we're not aggressive, you guys are like you don't see it.
Okay.
So I'm like, hey, what's up? And you're like, nothing. And I'm like, all right, well, that didn't go anywhere.
Well, okay, how good of a pickup line is what's up?
Well, you know what I'm saying. I'm flirting.
No, I don't. Okay.
You guys aren't great at subtext. But then if I am...
what's up subtext?
Hey, what's up? Big fan, love your work. Love to get to know you. How can someone ask you out without being a stalker?
No, I don't know. I'm joking. It's
You are, I'm not. You're joking, I'm not.
Yeah,
so,
just being genuine and real. I mean, that's the same thing probably the other side. Like, you don't have to do pickup lines, but show that you're interesting, that there's like depth to you as a person.
But in DMs? Well, how am I ever going to show you that if we don't get on the Zoom or
on the Zoom? Yeah.
Because you won't respond because you're being too literal, and you think if I ask you out, I'm a stalker.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know. You're a celebrity, and I'm sure you get a million messages. Like, one of the problems I have is the number of messages, which is why we should be careful saying this, but like, I really enjoy it when people like stop me like in an airport, because I'm not yet famous enough to where like that's a problem, and then I'll have like a real conversation with them.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, but no women so far did that. Or one woman did, but she was like, my boyfriend is a huge fan of yours.
Oh, yeah, that's my thing. Guys will come up to me and like, my girlfriend loves you. I've never heard of you. Yeah, okay. All right. Cool. You're so cool. They have to hurt your feelings.
Yeah.
Guys will be like, hey, I don't know who you are, but my girlfriend loves you. So can I just take a picture with you? Like, I don't like you. It's like, dude, what? Just...
So you like go into their phone and subscribe to your podcast.
I mean, yeah, that's a really good idea.
Listen to this.
It's just like,
good for you.
Why? I think that sometimes the opposite sex doesn't want to admit. I don't know. They just like they need to like neg me or something and like hurt my feelings when they come up to me. I don't get it, but my girlfriend's obsessed with you. Like, I don't know why.
Do people stop you a lot?
They stop me a lot. It's really interesting. Like, I think people, I always say, like, if you really know me, you know that you shouldn't, because you know that I get stressed out because I never feel like I can.
Because you have to perform?
Well, no, I just don't think I can deliver, like it's like, or they manage expectations. They'll be like, hey, can I get a photo from here? And I'm like, yes, cool. Because after the initial engagement, I don't know what else to give you. Like, I've given everything I have, whether it's on podcasts or social media or whatever. Like, by the time I see you, I just feel like I'm going to be a disappointment to you. Like, there's no way I can ever give you what you need in this exchange. And I think people that really know me know that. So the people that really know me will come and be like, hey, I know you can't give me what I need, but let's just do it. I'm like, yes, cool.
That's interesting. The silence thing, like, my strategy is I listen. Like, I'll use the silence to get them to tell me about themselves, and like, I see the joy in their eyes. That's energizing. And like, really what they want is like, okay, so they already probably know you really well.
Yeah.
They're probably one-way friends with you because they know the podcast.
Which is, by the way, I was just in Denver. When people stop me on the street or yell out, like, it's the best feeling in the world. Like, that's why I do this. Like, when celebrities or public figures, like, oh, people stop me and recognize me, it's like, isn't that what you wanted?
Yeah.
That's what I wanted. I wanted, like, someone to see me and go, like, oh my God, that's Whitney Cummings, and get super excited.
It's an awesome feeling.
It's the best. And guess what? Like, I work for them.
Yeah.
They're my employer. So when people are like, I don't stop and do photos, it's like, get the fuck out of here. Like, they're who bought your special. They're who make you get paid. Like, who do you think you are? I will stand and do photos as long as people want to take them.
And they're like, they've been like some of the coolest people. It breaks my heart a little bit to say goodbye.
They say that's the hardest part. That's exactly what I'm talking about, is when someone does come up to me, I'm like, I don't want to hurt your feelings, but I do have to go. Like, I just get codependent with them because I want to give so much, and I don't want them to go, because I think even if you talk for a half an hour to someone, as soon as you have to go, it's like, well, she had to fucking go, know.
But like, my favorite is at the LA airport. Actually, this was my favorite. I love if you do this to me at the airport. I love this, which is like, it was like a urinal. I was in the bathroom, and the guy was standing there, and he's like, "Bro, you're Lex Fridman, hell yeah!" And then he just like, he finished and walked away, and then he like smiled and nodded. Like, there was a kind of the brevity, but everything was said like with our eyes.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. It was like, bro. Okay, it's bro talk.
Yeah.
It's like we're connected. Like, it's
yeah.
cool
I get like, woo, it's Whitney. And it's like, woo. Like,
but
it's
it was
the
genuine,
best.
though.
Yeah. No,
Like,
it's the best.
Yeah, it was
it's
awesome.
the best.
And then like, we passed each other again. And he was like, yeah.
I love when people know me from Rogan. When it's like bros that know me. They're like, Whitney Cummings, holy shit. And they're like, fuck yeah. And it's like, I love that.
Yeah.
Like, I love when it's like, yeah, when it's just, that's
People
what
are
else
awesome.
is there? This is what we're here for. Like, that is it to me. That is like the epitome of happiness. Is like, I love what you do. You made a difference in my life. Fucking fuck yeah.
Fucking fuck yeah.
What the fuck? What's better than that? It's the best feeling in the world. I cannot stand when celebrities are like, oh God, this person recognized me. It's like, oh, just, who do you?
We're lucky.
Yeah.
Or different levels, but it's all the same. We're lucky.
Anything else? I end these very awkwardly. You know that.
Silence. Just stare.
I don't do well with eye contact at all. I'll just start crying. Do you like Marina Abramovic?
Tell me more about your father.
Oh my God. That was touch and go. Woo, that could have been bad. And I totally would have gone further, but I wore blue eyeliner and it's starting to bleed onto my face and I just look like I've been hanging out with Ike Turner.
Well, I really enjoyed this.
So did I. What grade would you give me?
11.
Out of 100.
Just 11.
We'll do it again.
Let's do it again.
In Austin, maybe.
Yeah, hot take.
Hot take.
Literally, it's the downsides is it's hot. But Rogan is opening the Austin
Comedy Club. Yep. Can't wait.
So build a new. I hope to be part of. Elon Musk is moving there. I hope to be part of building a new, better Silicon Valley tech empire there. Maybe
I can come and make it Silicon Valley.
Oh, that's why you're a comedian.
That's the worst joke I've ever made. That's what's going to end my career as a comedian. That was the most horrible.
You're so quick. It's just impressive. That's why you're a professional. They pay you the big bucks. But yeah, I could see that being the new place for comedy, for culture.
Yeah.
I'd love that.
Maybe. I love your podcast. It's really hard for me to get. I'll like sample podcast, but the Michael episode I love, the David Eagleman episode I loved. I'm now going to listen to the one with your dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I love your podcast. I feel like it makes me smarter.
Go to the part where I tell him he wasn't a good father. I even timestamp it.
I disagree with you. I think he nailed it. I think saying that your parents are bad parents, you're insulting yourself. You're insulting the product they made.
The design.
Whatever he did was pretty good.
Yeah, but we're in it. When we're in it, it's
I know.
It's rough stuff.
I'm in like radical forgiveness with my parents. I'm like, thank you for fucking me up because it made me work hard. Like I'm just I did it the other way. I did the blame thing and it just didn't work. So I'm doing like contrary action. They nailed it.
Well,
thank you for starting to drink at 5 p.m. Thank you for forgetting to pick me up from school. Made me resourceful.
And then you also give them a pass. Well, back in the...
Yeah, whatever. They were all molested. They were molested. There
was no Instagram. Yeah. However that connects to...
Why not? Defend them. Defend your parents at all costs and just see how your life changes.
Okay, I'll try it out.
You know what I always say on this podcast. We forgive others not because they deserve forgiveness, but because we deserve peace. Just try forgiving everyone for a week and just see if your life changes at all.
I forgive you.
What did I do wrong? For what?
We could just end it there.
Yeah.
We could just...
All right.
Just chop.
Don't ride elephants. Love you guys. Lex Fridman. This is a big deal.
Love you guys.
Don't say that. Your stalkers are going to think you're talking to them.